The air turned cold. A masked figure melted out of the darkness, kunai already drawn.
They sent me to erase you.
The kunai sank into his eye, but instead of darkness, his vision exploded red. The tomoe spun, and the rogue's chakra was sucked into the wound. The attacker reeled back, his own techniques pulled into the bleeding socket. He vanished into the night, certain the boy was dead. Dawn. Hiroto pushed himself up, fingers touching his eye. No wound. His right eye saw chakra as glowing threads. 2 techniques burned in his mind. Fire Dragon Bullet and Lightning Blade. As if he had trained them for years.
My eye, it's not just healed, it's evolved. Who was that? Why would anyone want me dead? If they think I am dead, I'll use that. I'll learn every jutsu in this village.
The mocked blind spot of his clan had become the deadliest thief of secrets the shinobi world had never seen. Hiroto slipped back into the clan compound before sunrise. A fresh bandage wrapped around his eye. Passing the training ground, he heard the crash of water. Sensei Muto was demonstrating the water dragon jutsu.
The chakra pathways. I can see the entire sequence.
Behind the bandage, his Sharingan spun. The dragon's form, the hand seals, the chakra flow, all imprinted permanently.
It's not just copying. I keep them. Every jutsu I see becomes mine forever. If anyone finds out, they'll kill me on sight.
He trained alone in the forest that night. The water dragon erupted from his palms on the first try.
Every jonin who trains near the compound, they're all handing me their life's work.
Over the following days, Hiroto haunted the training grounds. Fire, earth, lightning. Each new jutsu stacked inside him like weapons in an armory. Yet, when he returned to the compound each evening, the elders still looked through him like a ghost.
Still nursing that eye. Blind spot? Or just hoping someone finishes the job?
Laugh while you can. I'll bury you with the very jutsus you hoard.
That afternoon, they forced him into a sparring match. He took every hit without fighting back. Exposure meant death.
Every strike they land, I count. Every jutsu I see, I steal. The tournament will be my answer.
That night, nursing his wounds, Hiroto heard about the grand inter-clan tournament. The winner could demand recognition from even the elders. Without hesitation, he broke into the clan's sealed archive. On the highest shelf, a forbidden scroll radiated killing intent.
The Thunderclap Blade, an A-rank jutsu. The moment my eye reads this, it's mine forever.
By dawn, his name was on the tournament roster under the sneer of Elder Ryo in the forest. Hiroto unleashed a torrent of stolen jutsus. Fire, water, lightning. Each one perfected in a single night.
They wanted a blind spot. They're going to get a nightmare.
Our first match, Hiroto, the so-called blind spot, versus Tetsu of the Stone Palm.
Hiroto won with a simple fireball, drawing yawns from the crowd who expected another quick defeat. But in his next match, when his opponent raised an earth wall, Hiroto answered with a roaring water dragon, then a lightning clone, an earth spike, a gale palm. Each match, a completely different technique.
Did you see that? 7 jutsus in 4 matches, and not a single one repeated.
They're dazzled now, but the elders aren't clapping. They're counting.
In the stands, Elder Ryo's fingers dug into the railing. His sneer had frozen into something colder.
No one masters that many elements. He's hiding something, or he's stolen something.
Hiroto walked off the field under a storm of cheers, his record unblemished. The semifinals were his.
10 techniques now. And I haven't even started.
Semifinals, the sensation, Hiroto faces Shiro, the barrier master who's never been breached.
Shiro wove ancient hand seals. A translucent cage of light descended. The forbidden heavenly prison lock.
The chakra structure. I see it. Every key, every flaw.
Hiroto's hands moved, mirroring the seals exactly. A second prison materialized, then shattered the first with a lightning blade. Shiro staggered back, face pale. He raised a hand not to attack, but to concede.
That barrier is a clan secret. Only a Sharingan could copy it, but his eye was supposed to be blind.
That night, behind sealed doors, Elder Ryo gathered the clan council. The verdict was swift. Test the boy with something only the pure-blooded know.
Sensei Muto will face him in the final, wielding the Moonlight Blade. If Hiroto uses it, he's a thief. Then we end him.
Muto, though reluctant, bowed to the council. The Moonlight Blade, a technique so secret, it had never been written down.
One more wall in front of me. Whatever jutsu they bring, my eye will claim it.
The arena fell silent. Sensei Muto raised his hand, a crescent of pale light gathering into a blade.
This blade severs chakra itself. I am giving you a chance, Hiroto. Walk away.
The chakra pattern is stunning. Perfect. My eye has already memorized it.
Hiroto's fingers formed the same seal. An identical crescent screamed into existence and shattered Muto's blade in a flash.
Hiroto is the champion. The blind spot has taken the tournament without a single loss.
The crowd roared. In the Elder's box, Elder Ryo's nails drew blood from his palms.
He kept it. Every jutsu he sees, he keeps. That eye. It's not a gift. It's a contagion.
That evening, Ryo summoned the clan's most trusted shadow. The order was clear. Eliminate the boy, but the shadow moved first. That night, the masked rogue attacked again, phasing through walls with a forbidden shadow step.
He's using clan techniques. The elders sent him. They've been behind this from the start.
Hiroto barely slept. When the bleeding stopped, he slipped back to the elder's compound, not to rest, but to listen.
They're plotting right now. I just need to find the right crack in their silence.
He pressed his ear to the thin wall of the inner chamber, his Sharingan tracking chakra signatures inside.
The prodigy has our orders. The defective eye will be closed permanently before the Hokage's next visit. If Kaito fails again, we'll activate the caged ones. Either way, Hiroto dies.
Kaito, so that's his name. The prodigy they never mention. He's the one they've been sending.
Before dawn, Hiroto ghosted into the sealed archives. Somewhere in the Forbidden Scrolls was Kaito's file. He found it behind a blood-sealed cabinet, a birth record, a Sharingan rating, and a mission log. Target, Hiroto.
Trained from childhood to be the clan's executioner. They didn't just send an assassin, they built one.
The rogue had a name and a handler. Hiroto slid the scroll into his jacket. The hunt had a target now.
Kaito was listed as the perfect-born heir, but the file was sealed because his younger brother died at birth. The birth date matches mine. They didn't just order my death, they erased my entire lineage.
By nightfall, a hawk flew toward the Hokage's tower, carrying an unsigned note. Clan assembly in 2 days. Treason will be spoken. Witness. Then, at the clan shrine, Hiroto painted a single seal on the stone, the shadow step he traced from his own wound. A challenge only Kaito would recognize.
Come to the assembly, brother. Let's see which eye the elders really fear.
48 hours remained. Hiroto vanished into the Forbidden Scroll repository, his eye devouring jutsu after jutsu without rest. Rank annihilation spheres, blood contract summons, a forbidden lightning style that carved chasms into the earth.
If Kaito trained his whole life, I'll match it in 2 days with everything they tried to hide. He was raised to be a weapon. I was raised to be discarded. Let's see which is sharper.
The compound slept peacefully, unaware that the blind spot had turned their own arsenal against them. The clan assembly hall was packed. The Hokage's presence silenced even the elders.
Before you continue, I have a charge to make.
Your insolence knows no bounds, boy. We will not entertain your delusions.
This clan sent a masked assassin to kill me, twice, and Elder Ryo gave the order.
The Hokage raised a hand. He demanded proof, or Hiroto would face the consequences of slander. Hiroto reached for the blood-sealed scroll. But leaves swirled through the hall, and a figure landed in the center, blade drawn. The masked rogue had answered the challenge. The clan members gasped, several drawing weapons.
An intruder. Guards seize him.
The Hokage remained still, his voice cutting through the chaos. This assembly will witness the truth, one way or another.
Finally, face to face. My eye remembers every one of your techniques.
The masked rogue lunged, his blade trailing shadow chains that multiplied mid-strike. Hiroto side-stepped, his Sharingan tracking the pattern. A fire phoenix erupted from his palm, forcing the rogue back.
Shadow Dance Jutsu. I copied that the first night you attacked me.
The rogue's form flickered. He vanished. No chakra residue. No dust. Void step. The clan's forbidden translocation. Hiroto's eye burned. The space-time formulae blazed through his optic nerve. He understood it before the rogue rematerialized. The rogue reappeared behind him, blade descending. Hiroto was already gone, having copied Void Step in the instant it was used.
Impossible. That was my grandfather's jutsu.
Hiroto's return strike clipped the rogue's mask. A crack spiderwebbed across the white surface, a sliver of red eye visible beneath.
That chakra. It's like looking into a mirror.
Both fighters froze. The hall held breath. The mask hung by a thread, a single identical Sharingan. Glaring through, the rogue's voice shattered the silence. A cold laugh that dripped with years of resentment.
You think that eye makes you special? It's a curse that will rot this clan from the inside.
Who are you? Why do you share my chakra?
The rogue answered, not with words, but by weaving a sequence of hand seals that made the air itself scream. From his palms, an immense lightning dragon erupted. Raijin's Wrath, a jutsu only the clan's purest bloodline could summon.
Only one living person besides me could know this technique. Kaito.
Hiroto's Sharingan spun, memorizing every seal, every discharge. Before the dragon could strike, an identical beast roared from his own hands.
You couldn't have.
Kaito. I know it's you.
The rogue froze, the lightning dragons dissipating as the name hung in the air like a verdict. Slowly, the rogue raised a trembling hand to his face and let the shattered mask fall. Kaito's face emerged, sharp, cold, and undeniably identical to the boy he'd been sent to kill. The assembly erupted in gasps. Elder Ryo's jaw tightened, but he did not dare speak.
The elders ordered it. Snuff out the defective eye before it woke and destroyed the bloodline. When I saw the scroll, I didn't hesitate. I resented you for existing, for reminding me that our clan could produce something flawed.
My own brother. He hates me not because I am weak, but because I am proof that their perfection is a lie. Then I'll fight you. Not for revenge, but to tear down the cage they built around both of us.
Sentiment won't save you. Come then. Show me what that stolen eye can really do.
Elder Ryo's face went pale as the truth spilled into open air, but the Hokage's gaze pinned him to his seat. The air thickened with chakra. The real battle was about to begin. Kaito exploded forward, his blade wreathed in lightning, vanishing and reappearing with Void Step. Hiroto met the lightning with Raijin's Wrath, but Kaito twisted, sending the dragon crashing into the stone floor.
He's not just fighting me. He's reading my copied techniques faster than I can choose the next.
Instead of matching power with power, Hiroto shifted tactics. A fire phoenix, then a water dragon, then an earth wall, all chained seamlessly. Kaito parried the flames, dispersed the water, shattered the stone, but Hiroto never stopped casting.
How many jutsus have you stolen? This isn't possible.
Every single one I've ever seen. And yours are just another page in the library.
The assault drove Kaito across the hall, his Void Step predictable now, every dodge countered by an elemental trap.
He's faltering. His chakra reserves are deeper, but the sheer volume of techniques is overwhelming his reflexes.
Kaito's guard cracked, a spark of desperation in his red eyes. He lunged backward, buying a breath, his hands already forming a darker seal. Kaito's hands wove the forbidden seal, and the air split open with a deafening roar. Thunder God's descent. The elders shrank back. Even the Hokage's eyes narrowed. This technique could reduce the compound to rubble.
His Sharingan blazed, recording every seal, every surge, the knowledge seared into his mind. He possessed the power to end his brother. If I use this, I become the executioner they always wanted.
Then, resolve hardened. He would not let the Elder's darkness dictate his path. He would prove his strength, not theirs. His hands flew through the seals, and from his core, a second Thunder God roared into existence, identical yet fueled by his own amplified chakra.
Let's finish this, Kaito. Not for them, for ourselves.
The two colossal lightning deities hurled toward each other, a collision that would decide both their fates. The hall dissolved into white light and thunder, the shockwave tearing stone from the walls. When the glare dimmed, both figures remained standing. Barely, Kaito's legs gave out. He collapsed first to one knee, then fully onto the scorched stone. His Sharingan fading, Hiroto remained standing, his breathing ragged, blood trailing from his mouth, but his gaze was unbroken. The Hokage's voice cut through the settling dust. Silencing the hall, he announced, "I have witnessed enough. The conspiracy is real. Elder Ryo and his co-conspirators are under arrest for attempted murder and treason." Elder Ryo's face crumbled. The sneer vanished, replaced by pale, sweating terror. Enbu operatives materialized, sealing Ryo's chakra and dragging him and several elders away. The remaining clan members fell to their knees, their pride shattered, heads bowed. Hiroto ignored the commotion. He began a slow limp toward the crumpled form of his brother.
So this is the end of the perfect heir.
Kaito's eyes fluttered, barely conscious, a faint breath escaping his lips. The question of mercy or finality hung between them.
I hated you. From the day you were born, they told me your eye was a flaw that would corrupt the bloodline. I obeyed the elders not just from duty, but because I was jealous. You were free from their expectations, but that eye, it wasn't a curse. It was a gift, and I was too blind to see it. Can you forgive me?
I already forgave you, Kaito, the moment I realized you were my brother.
Kaito's Sharingan flickered out. His final breath escaped, and his hand went limp. Hiroto sank to his knees, a tear tracing through the grime on his cheek. A heavy hand settled on his shoulder. The Hokage had approached silently, his face unreadable. The Hokage simply nodded, a single gesture acknowledging both loss and redemption. No words were needed. For the first time, the clan's eyes were not filled with disdain, but with sorrow and respect. The brother who had erased him had, in his final moments, given him back his name. Before the assembly fully dispersed, the Hokage addressed Hiroto directly.
I can't accept your offer, Lord Hokage. I need time to understand what I've become.
He walked slowly through the village streets, the crowds now parting silently, their eyes a mixture of awe and uncertainty.
Whispers followed, not of disdain, but of something heavier. A legend nobody understood.
At the clan shrine, he knelt before Kaito's altar, placing the cracked forehead protector beside the incense.
I'll carry your eye with me, brother. I'll show the world what you could have been.
That night, he packed a single bag. He would not return until he had mastered every jutsu the lands had to offer.
His Sharingan pulsed in the dark, a silent promise to return stronger.
At dawn, he slipped past the village gates without fanfare. The Hokage watched from his tower, allowing it. Hiroto didn't look back. The village that had once scorned him now belonged to a legend in the making. A month later, On a jagged mountain peak far from the hidden leaf, Hiroto exhaled, and the sky answered with lightning.
The world itself holds techniques I never imagined, sealed in storms, buried in ancient stone. His Sharingan was no longer a desperate weapon. It was a lens through which he understood. Kaito's sacrifice taught me that strength without purpose is just another cage.
He turned his gaze toward the distant smudge of the hidden leaf, and for the first time, it didn't feel like a cage. It felt like home. He activated his Sharingan, the Tomoe spinning slowly, no longer forced by anger, but by choice.
My eye copies everything I see, but I decide what becomes part of me. I'll return when I've learned enough, not to prove I am not weak, but because I chose this path.
A single red leaf fluttered past his shoulder, caught by the mountain wind, disappearing into the valley. The village slumbered, unknowing. But one day, the blind spot would return, and they would finally see. A year passed. The clan compound, once shrouded in fear, now hummed with the voices of children training without whispers of purity. New elders had been appointed, their rule bound by the Hokage's decree. The word blind spot was struck from the clan's vocabulary. The Hokage stood at his window, gazing at the sky. He'll return when his journey is complete. I see it in the stars. On Kaito's grave, a polished forehead protector rested. The old scratch gone, replaced by a single new line next to the leaf. A symbol of his path. Someone had been there recently. A single red leaf lay atop the metal, still damp with morning dew. At the village gates, a lone figure appeared on the road at sunset, his silhouette long against the golden sky. The guards stiffened, recognizing the posture, the faint glow of a red eye beneath the hood.
So the village still stands. He closed his eye, letting the familiar chakra wash over him. He had copied countless techniques, but the one he valued most was the lesson his brother taught. What you keep matters more than what you take.
With a deep breath, Hiroto stepped forward, crossing into the village that had once rejected him. He was finally home. He walked through the streets he once dreaded. Some paused, recognizing him not with fear, but with quiet acknowledgement. The clan compound had been repainted, its dark wood now bright with warm colors. He paused at the entrance, remembering the days of whispered slights. Near the ancestral shrine, a group of children played among the offering stones, chasing each other with wooden kunai. A small hand tugged his sleeve. "Are you the copy ninja?" a girl asked, eyes wide with innocent curiosity.
I am just someone who learned from his brother.
The girl giggled and ran back to her friends. Hiroto stood, his gaze falling on Kaito's name, carved in the offering stone.
You would have liked this, Kaito.
As the sun dipped below the compound wall, he allowed his Sharingan to surface. Calm, controlled, a deep red glowing in the twilight. The Tomoe spun slowly, reflecting the golden sky. No longer a weapon but a promise, and for the first time, the weight on his shoulders felt like it belonged to him alone. And that was enough. Days later, under the shade of the old training oak, Hiroto knelt beside a young boy struggling to produce a flame.
My Sharingan could copy this child's clumsy gesture in an instant, but some things are meant to be learned, not taken.
In the gentle arc of the boy's fire, Hiroto saw a flash, Kaito's smile. Years ago, when they played with wooden swords.
You would have been a better teacher, brother.
He stood and let the distant sounds of the village wash over him. Laughter, hammering, the rustle of leaves. A single red leaf broke from the great tree above and spiraled down, catching the light. It landed softly on his shoulder, as if claiming him.
I've carried their scorn, their secrets, and my brother's final gift. It's time to carry my own name. He smiled faintly, a quiet curve that held no bitterness.
The Sharingan flickered off, and for a long moment, he simply watched the sunset. A boy who had outrun his cage. Dusk deepened, and the lanterns of the hidden leaf flickered on, one by one.
He drew a slow breath, feeling the pulse of the village, his home, for the first time without reservation.
When his eyes opened again, the red of the Sharingan surfaced not as instinct, but as deliberate tribute. The Tomoe turned, slow as drifting embers, and in their pattern lay every technique he had ever seen. The pupil captured the whole village, its rooftops, its people, etched into the bloodline that had once rejected him. A dried tear track caught the starlight, the only remnant of the grief he had long buried. He had copied every jutsu the world had thrown at him, but in the end, he chose his own path. The Sharingan faded, leaving only the dark of a natural eye that had seen too much, and yet enough, and the village slumbered, cradled under a sky of endless stars, unaware of the silent vow made upon its rooftops.